Okay, today while I have the transmission out of my 1969 Mustang, which I have an entire video on, we're going to be cleaning up my Hurst shifter. Now this is our Hurst Competition Plus 4-speed. It is generally pretty simple. It works pretty well, but there are some things that I want to fix on it. There are things that I want to clean up on it just while I have it out of the car. So to do that, we're going to go ahead, let's take a look at this. Now here's the shifter. Relatively simple. But as you can see, looking at this one here, it's pretty dirty. And when we look at the reverse light, as I have it set up today, you can see that it's actually being held together using a hose clamp, which isn't ideal. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna fix that. A lot of small projects that I wanna do to this to make it better. Looking at this, it's super simple. This needs to come out. I need to take out this hose clamp, and then I gotta find a way to take this apart. Now the way I'm gonna take this apart is essentially I'm gonna split this here, and it's going to allow it to drop this back bracket off, and when I do that, I'll have access to the parts inside. I mean, looking at this, it doesn't look bad, it moves freely, but it is on the dirtier side, and it probably could use a good cleaning. So to start, I'm gonna take this off. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start by taking this off on the back here. And after I do that, we're gonna get ready to spread the case. Okay, so that came out. Now, with that disconnected, we're gonna go ahead and spread the case here. And to do that, you essentially need to push on either side and remove this pin. So to spread this case open, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to push on either side here and then pull this back piece out. A lot of different ways to do it. The best way that I've seen to do this on Gearbox video channel, they use 2 punches and they essentially put one here, and then you use a screwdriver to pull this out. You don't need to use punches, but you could use screwdrivers or something like that. Actually, just gonna take 2 long screwdrivers, put them through, then do it this way. So 2 long screwdrivers through like this, and then use the third. I'm just going to lift this up and out. And with that out, we can go ahead and get this apart. Okay, now with that out, this needs to come out, so with all that being loose, yeah, you can see it start to come out, but need to slowly work that way out. And I can take all the components out. Now it's relatively straightforward at this point. They just all slide out, and as you can see and you hear, they're pretty crunchy. They need to be taken apart and all cleaned. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so looks like we got everything apart. This is definitely on the dirty side. Okay, so my plan is to do ultrasonic cleaning of these, then to use brake cleaner and get everything off of it. They're very sticky, very gummy, which is not good. So, gonna go ahead and get those all cleaned up now. Okay, time to take these parts out. Ooh, that looks nice and dirty in there. Gotta clean this out. Yeah, I probably loosened some of the stuff up, but not fully taking it off, which is fine. Have to do a lot of hand scrubbing. That one definitely looks a lot better. I think it's hand scrubbing time. So a lot of those parts are now clean. We can go ahead and move on to the actual shift rod and mechanism here. And one of the things that you're gonna notice is it is extremely dirty. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Okay, so the way this works is you have a plunger that you move back and forth, and this is essentially the selector. This is the shift shaft that goes down and in, part of the mechanism. This sometimes wears out here, but we're gonna take a look at mine. But I think the one thing to note on this is it is extremely dirty. And we're also gonna be pulling out this here, which is the reverse plunger. So with this, I think it's a good time to start pulling this apart. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna hit both of these out first. So these are 2 pins that are holding this just in this location here. And one note as you do this, things might pop out, so safety glasses are required. All right, now with both of those out, those are a disaster and a mess, covered in grease. I'm gonna go ahead and look at what comes next. So you can see that this is still being held in, this is still sprung. And we're gonna go this way, and we're going to remove this plunger. Okay, the plunger is now out. Now there's the reverse plunger right here, which I need to take out, which I'm just gonna flip it like this. Now the reverse plunger is out, also a giant mess. And we have the springs left, and then we have this arm here. And this is where we want to be careful because everything's going to be sprung in there when we take it apart. Okay, so as you can see, all the springs and everything are caked in what looks like grease, dirt, and other particles. So those are going to get replaced. The springs are also a little bit crooked. Could have happened when I was taking it apart, but you know, these are extremely old springs, so they need to be replaced as well. This pin here, we're gonna go ahead and clean it up and see what it looks like. I don't see any abnormal wear on there, so I could reuse this. But what I do have is I do have a Holley rebuild kit for this, and we're gonna use that rebuild kit to put everything back together. My plan right now is to look at most of the components. I'm not gonna reuse the springs, but I'm gonna look at everything else and see what I wanna reuse versus what I'm going to replace. The reverse pin looks pretty good actually. This pin here, as I was saying, looks good. And then all the things need a lot of cleaning. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and clean all these up, then we're gonna go ahead and start putting this back together. So I guess one of the benefits of all the snow is you get to do all this work and get everything right in the winter so you can enjoy the car in the summer. Okay, so it's been 3 days. All the parts are here, I can start getting things back together. A few things that I've learned in those 3 days is I did buy another shifter handle, but this is actually the correct one that's on the car. So this is gonna go back on. This probably gonna become a decoration in my garage. Now let's go ahead and look at this rebuild kit and then start getting it back together. Okay, so back here I have everything all cleaned up that I took out of the shifter, and everything does look pretty good, but you know, might as well refresh everything and rebuild everything. So looking at rebuilding everything, all the parts are here. So I ended up getting all these parts from Summer Racing. They're all Hurst parts. It comes with the grease, it comes with all the hardware that's needed. This I did print out myself. This is from Gearbox Video. I'll link his channel in the description, but this is a tool that he developed that you can use to put together shifters like this. And I'm going to attempt to use it and we'll see how it does. So with that, let's go ahead and get this all back together. Now the first step of getting this all back together is to start assembling this piece here. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that in here. And you can see it's pretty much a perfect fit. And what we're going to do is we're going to end up putting the handle in and then sliding the handle in with the springs. This here is going to help compress and get everything to the right level so that it can get installed. So with that, we can go ahead. So I'm going to go ahead and add a bunch of grease to this because I'm going to be using this grease to slide all the components in, and it'll make things easier. After getting grease on the printed piece, I started putting the grease on the springs. My goal was to grease up the springs so that they will move easier as I'm trying to push them in place. Then let's not forget to put the black washer on top of the spring for the reverse and get the shifter handle ready to go. And then the screws just used to hold the springs in place so that as you're transporting it, they don't slide and fall. Safety glasses are on, need to compress this, remove this bolt, and then press everything down. To get these into place, I use the putty knife to slowly move the springs down, as well as the washer on the other side, just to get everything into place. It did take some time, but I was able to get there. Mostly. Alright, so it looks like everything is in place. I'm going to slowly pull these out. And look at that. I guess springs aren't quite where they need to be, so I'm going to take a screwdriver and line those up and put everything back together. Safety glasses are still on. And you can see in here, these aren't lined up, so take this. Ooh, I lost the washer. That is not going to work. So the washer is all the way over here. To get this into place, I essentially took this and I jammed it in here to hold the spring down, and then I shifted the washer over so that it ended up in the right place. But now that all this is together, I'm going to just align everything up a little bit more, and then we're going to put the plunger in and then the reverse. So plunger right here, everything greased up. Go ahead and slide it in. Put that in place. It's a nice fit. So we're going to line this up next. I think to do this, probably just going to put this screw in just so it doesn't have any chance of slipping apart of me. Or minimal chance of slipping apart of me. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put this on for now just to help line everything up a little bit better. Just using it to hold things in place so that this pivots smooth. Because we're going to have to put this in the right place and then put these two pins in. Alright, so the instructions now show someone taking a screwdriver, putting it in here to hold this and pull out, and then putting the two pins in here to locate this. There we go. All right, things are looking good. All right, instructions say drop this in, then turn 90 degrees and drop into the hole. So I do have to take this bolt out because I have to put a wave washer in between here and this to keep tension on it. So that's coming out now. That wave washer is going to go on and everything goes back together for the final time. Now with that, we're ready to assemble the shifter. And to ensure things don't fall apart, I'm just going to put this plate back on. Not going to tighten it yet. So far, so good. Look how much cleaner that is and just how much smoother it's operating. So definitely worth taking it apart, rebuilding it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get the plates onto this. And to do that, we're going to look at what we have first. So here are your shift levers. This one's going to be reverse. This is the next one, and this is last. The reverse that came off of it was the old style with this tab on it. I've heard these break, so we're going to go ahead and try out the new one. And then this one is different, and then the shim washer is essentially the same, except it has two holes. So for that, let's go ahead and get everything ready to go back together. So the first plate that's going on is this reverse plate. I'm going to make sure that I grease everything up as I put it together and just ensure everything is spread out. So this reverse plate's replacing the one that was on there with the tab. We'll see how it does. It's supposed to be better. Those tabs, I've heard, do break. Then we're putting on this reverse piece right here. Then we're going to go ahead and do the next one. Drop that on. Okay, those should be all the plates. Now with this all set, we're gonna go ahead and slide it in the body. So I didn't clean out the outside of the body, but I did clean out the inside. Now, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this to get everything lined up. Then we can get ready for this pin. But before I do that, I need to get the wave washer in, and to do that, we're gonna take it, see where this is lined up, ensure that it's putting pressure on it. I'm going to slide that in. I'm going to go ahead and take everything one last time. I'm going to line everything up again. Then after I have everything lined up, get this pin ready to go in. This pin's, I need some grease. It's gonna have to be slid through all of these, so it's gonna take some time to get everything straight. So I can see the spring a little bit in the way. There we go. Flipped it over. Almost through. It's like we're at the last portion. Just lining everything up. Oh. And we are in. Alright. So with that, go ahead and get the last plate and everything ready to go on, and then test it out. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and take this and put the back cover on. Just have to remember that this indent goes on the inside. So for mine, they actually give you a bolt and a nut so you can spread it if you want. But for mine, you know, it's flexible enough that I can probably wedge it in with a screwdriver, then get everything where it needs to be. Then there's the last piece, which is the dust shield, which is right here. That's going to go from end to end. And we now have a shifter. That's done. Now to go ahead and quickly check the motion on it. Since it's not connected to the transmission, all these need to be held straight. But so let's go ahead and check everything up. I don't have a transmission hooked up to this, so it's hard to do. So everything's there. So this would be the 3/4 point. This would be 1, 2 right here. So if I were to go here and want to look at 1, 2, go here, and then I'd move this one. See, the middle one is moved. Hard to see because my hand's in the way, but the middle one's moving. If I leave it in 3, 4, that far one is moving. And then we're going to go ahead and check reverse. So line everything up again. This plunger should pop through. So before I do that, I'm going to do this one more time through here, just to get everything lined up. Now that everything's lined up, I should be able to push this, and that's reverse. So everything works like it should. And if I'm in reverse, it'll be this lever here. That's going to go back and hit this plunger. So everything is in place. Now I can go ahead, set this up for the reverse switch, and then should be all set. All right, well, that's about it. Everything's back together, ready to go in the car. All I really have to do is get the transmission together. So that's gonna be a project for this weekend as well. So I'm jumping back into the transmission. Everything here is nice and cleaned up on the inside. Got rid of all the junk. It seems like it's moving nice and smoothly now. So thanks for tuning in to Smackey's Garage this week. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.